Day 1 starts at 11:47 in the morning. The exact moment you type her name into your phone, out of pure reflex, and then stop yourself before your thumb finds a message icon. You do not send anything. You put the phone face down on the table and sit there for a second, surprised by how loud that small decision feels inside your own chest. She has no idea yet that today is different. She thinks this is just another quiet stretch, the kind that has happened before, the kind that always ends the same way, with you reaching out first. What she does not know yet is that this time you're not going to. I am telling you this story because I lived version of this myself, and because I have talked to enough people going through it to know exactly what day 1 actually feels like on the inside, underneath whatever you are managing to show on the outside. This is not a lecture today. This is a diary, written the way it actually happens, hour by hour, so you know exactly what to expect if you're standing at the edge of your own day 1 right now. And by day 7, something is going to happen that neither of you sees coming. Here is what almost nobody tells you about day 1 of no contact with an avoidant woman. It does not feel like strength. It feels like standing on a ledge you cannot see the bottom of, certain that any second now, the ground is going to give out from under the decision you just made. The first few hours pass slower than any hours you can remember. You catch yourself checking the clock more than you check your phone, which feels like a small victory until you realize you are only checking the clock to calculate how much longer until it will be normal to check your phone instead. Around 2 in the afternoon, a memory surfaces uninvited. Something small, the way she laughed at something you said 3 weeks ago, completely unguarded before any of this started. You let the memory play out fully instead of chasing it away, because chasing away has never actually worked before. But here is the part almost nobody explains about what she is experiencing on this exact same day. What you assume she is thinking about right now and what is actually happening in her mind are rarely the same thing. If that sounds like something meant to comfort you into believing she is already panicking, stay with me, because today is not that day. Today, she probably is not thinking about you at all in the way you are thinking about her. That comes later. Today is simply the day the pattern breaks, and broken patterns take time before anyone besides you notices anything has changed. To be clear, this is not a strategy video promising no contact. It is a trick that will bring her running back on a schedule. This is the honest version of what day 1 actually feels like, and why surviving it matters more than you think, regardless of what happens after. Let us get into it. By early evening, the urge to reach out has shifted from an impulse into something closer to a low, constant sitting underneath everything else you are doing. You are at dinner, or doing something with a friend, or lying on your couch scrolling through something you are not actually watching, and the hum is still there, quiet but present. The way a fridge running in another room stops being noticeable until the exact moment it shuts off. Around 8 o'clock, you type out a message anyway. Something short, something that feels harmless enough to send, just checking in. You read it 4 times. You delete it on the 4th read. Not because you found a willpower somewhere, but because some small, tired part of you finally admitted this message would end exactly the way the last 10 did. Here is what is actually happening inside you during this exact moment. The one almost nobody names clearly. This is not really about missing her specifically. Not yet. This is your nervous system searching for the one action that has always reliably lowered the anxiety before, reaching out and finding, for the first time in a while, that the action is not available. The discomfort you are feeling right now is not proof that no contact is wrong. It is proof that you have been using contact with her as a regulation tool for longer than you probably realized, and today is the first day you are regulating without it. Meanwhile, on her side of this exact same evening, something much smaller is happening. Something you would probably find disappointing if you could see it directly. She notices, mildly, that you have not texted today. It registers away a change in weather registers, worth a passing thought, nothing more. She does not yet know this is different from every other quiet stretch before it, because from where she is standing, there is no reason yet to think it is. The pattern has broken plenty of times before and reset itself within a day or 2. She has no evidence yet that this time is any different, and evidence is the only thing that will eventually change what she assumes is happening. This is where most people misjudge day 1 entirely, in one of 2 directions. Some expect an immediate reaction from her, checking for a response that will not arrive today. Sometimes not for days, and interpreting the silence back as confirmation that no contact was pointless before it even had a chance to do anything. Others swing the opposite way. Deciding day one proves they never mattered to her at all, abandoning the attempt within 24 hours out of a wounded certainty that nothing is ever going to change. Neither reaction understands what day one is actually for. It is not the day anything happens on her side. It is the day something starts happening on yours. Because here is what rarely gets said honestly about day one. This is not the beginning of a strategy aimed at her. This is the first day your own nervous system starts learning that the discomfort of not reaching out will not actually kill you, even though every part of you is currently convinced otherwise. Picture this exact evening from the outside. The way it would look if someone were filming it. A man sitting on his couch, phone face down beside him, half watching something on a screen while his mind runs the same three sentences over and over, wondering what she is doing right now. Wondering she has noticed, wondering if tonight is a night she finally reaches out first. Nothing about this evening looks dramatic. No confrontation, no dramatic scene, just a quiet apartment, and a man practicing something uncomfortable in complete silence, with absolutely no proof yet that it is working. That is what day one actually looks like for almost everyone who goes through it. Undramatic on the outside, loud on the inside. There is also something worth naming honestly about your own motivation on this specific day, because it will not stay this clean for long. Right now. Day one. Most of the reason you are not reaching out is discipline, willpower, the sheer effort of holding a line you decided to draw this morning. That is fine for day one. Willpower alone will not carry you much further than this, though, which is exactly why the days ahead matter more than this first one does. Day one is simply where the decision gets tested for the first time. By the time you go to bed tonight, nothing dramatic has happened. No message from her. No sign she has registered anything different about today at all. You lie there running through the entire day, cataloging every moment you almost broke and did not. Feeling something that is not quite pride and not quite regret, something closer to disbelief that you actually made it through a full day without reaching out after months of never managing more than a few hours. Here is what matters most of today is your actual day one, right now, reading this. Surviving today does not mean anything has changed on our end yet, and it does not mean this is guaranteed to lead anywhere specific either. It means you did the one thing that has to happen before anything else can. You prove to yourself that the discomfort of silence will not actually break you, even on the day it feels the most unbearable. So there is one honest thing worth holding on to as you move into tomorrow. Day one is never really about her. It is about finding out whether you can sit inside discomfort without needing someone else to resolve it for you. And today, whether it felt like it or not, you just found out that you can. By day 7, something is going to shift, something neither of you is expecting right now, and it has less to do with her noticing your silence than you think, and more to do with what happens to you once the hum finally starts to quiet down. I will see you in day 7.